Welcome back, everyone. I'm going to bring out a peach cobbler recipe like none other. We are going to be using canned peaches for this recipe. We're going to make it easy and we're going to make it very delicious. Come on down. Let's start putting this one together. We're going to be making this in a 9x13 casserole dish. I've got some extra butter that I'm going to be basting my baking dish with. That's just to keep the cobbler part of it, that crispy crumble mix, from sticking to our baking dish here. There we go, just a little bit. Believe me, there's some butter going in this dish. And it's not just in the dish. We are going to be using 2 cans of peach halves. These are 29 ounces each can. So we're going to place one in there with the juice. And then we're going to place the other can in there, but we're going to drain the juice out first. This has heavy syrup in it. But we need the liquid. Oh, those peaches smell good. My husband's happy. He cannot wait for this dessert here. I'm just going to take this over to my sink and I'm just going to take a little strainer here and just drain out the excess juice and bring it back and we'll put it into our baking dish. All right, those fit the pan perfectly. Don't worry about putting them evenly in here. We've still got stuff to put in here and then we'll lay them all flat. We're going to take 5 tablespoons of butter. We're going to melt that. Y'all, this is a dessert for summer. It's a dessert. It's going to have good stuff in it. We're going to add a 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar. We're going to add some lemon juice. Just about 1.5 teaspoons. Whoop, there we go. We're going to add in 2 teaspoons of a vanilla extract. Now I used regular salted butter when I melted it, so we're not going to add any salt. But if you are using the unsalted butter, then I would add about 1/8 teaspoon or maybe just a couple of pinches of salt. We'll just take our spatula, kind of mix it all around and all together, get all the flavors combined. And then what we're going to do once we get all that done is we're going to turn the peaches over so the round side is on the bottom. Now you can cut your peaches again into quarters or into slices if you want to do that. I like this because it looks like individual portions. We're going to set this off to the side and then we are going to make that crumble topping.
You say that looks like individual portions?
Yeah, this is yours right here. that one right there.
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 of them.
3 of them. Y'all, we're messing with each other. In a large mixing bowl, we're going to add 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Now I'm just going to go in deep. Just scrape off the edge here. Hey, we're baking today. Make a flour mess. You can even use the back edge of a knife if you want to do that. But we're going to have my husband behind the camera cringe. All right, we're going to take some white granulated sugar. All right, I said some. We're going to put in 1.5 cups. I've got a half measuring tool here, so we'll go in 3 times. All right, we'll put that right into the flour. All right, let's get these out of the way. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. You need a leavening agent. 1, 2. We're going to go in with some ground cinnamon, about 1½ teaspoons. Makes my husband happy. Let's see. All right. 1 1/2. We're going to add a little nutmeg. Little shake. There we go. Ooh, nice. We're going to add a pinch of salt. We're going to take a whisk. We're going to blend that all together. I use a whisk. It kind of aerates the flour. Gets everything blended well. Now I got a trick. You're going to take 1 cup of melted butter, which is about 2 sticks. We're going to add it to the flour mixture. I'm going to take a fork and we're going to blend it all together until we get kind of like a crumble. Now I still have a little bit of unmelted butter, but it's very soft. Just take your fork, blend this all together. Oh yeah, there we go. Make sure all that flour is incorporated. That is a good crumble mixture right here. Let's bring our peaches over. There they are. Look at those things. We're going to take the crumble and I'm going to put some on each peach half right on the top. Mound it up.
You think that's going to stop me from getting more than one? You're crazy.
Y'all will know too because I'm going to show him in the video at the end. He's going to give it a try for you. We didn't have any of that 4th of July cake that I made. That was that firecracker cake. We didn't have. There was nothing left of that when I made it for y'all. So I had to make this for Thomas for 4th of July. Y'all are going to see this afterwards, but maybe you want to make it on the weekend or any day this summer. Now, if you're using like quartered peaches or sliced peaches for this recipe, just take the crumble and just crumble over the whole top. And that'll be fine. And I bet you will know what Thomas is going to eat this with. Y'all let us know in the comments down below. What do you think he's going to serve this with? I'm going to take it with my hands here.
How well do you know Thomas?
Yep, how well. Doesn't that look good? I've got my oven preheated at 400 degrees. We're going to bake this for about 15 minutes at that temperature. We're going to lower the temperature to 375. Then we're going to bake it for another 45 minutes to an hour. You want to make sure that your topping is nice and golden brown and nice and crispy. All right, I'll be back. Okay, it's out of the oven. Look at those peaches. They're just hidden on inside of that crumble. Delicious. Woo! We're going to serve this up, and Thomas is going to give this a try.
Yay!
There you go. There's mine.
You don't get none.
Oh my God, that crust looks so good. All right, we're going in. I'll take your ice cream.
Oh, of course.
Make sure y'all blow on it.
Mmm.
Mmm.
That's good.
That's good.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's delicious. What a summer dessert. Mm-hmm.
Yummy.
Hello, everyone. I hope I can not laugh through this, but my husband came back from the store with a bag of Oreos. I just sent him for a few items, but that was in one of the bags. And I'm thinking, Maybe he's not trying to hide Oreos in the house. Maybe he wants me to make something with these. So we're going to go with that. I have a recipe called Oreo Cobbler. I think he'll like that, don't you? I'm going to make this for everyone. I love fruit cobblers. Love to make them because they're so easy to make and so delicious, and they go quick. Well, an Oreo cobbler is almost as easy. So here we go. First thing we're going to do is prepare our baking dish. Now, like any good cobbler, you're going to start off with tablespoons of butter dotted all along the baking dish. Now, I'm using a 9 by 13, and we're going to divide our butter into 5 tablespoons and then just plop them around. Now, in the meantime, go ahead and start preheating your oven to 350 degrees. We love those easy desserts. There we go. Now, before the oven is actually preheated to the 350 degrees, I'm going to go ahead and place this in the oven. All we're looking to do is melt that butter. Now, you don't want to brown it. We just want to melt it and still have it nice and yellow. It's going to be sizzling a little bit also. He is like working out in the yard right now with Joseph, who's over there opening the garage right now, but hopefully they'll like this Oreo cobbler. He doesn't know yet. Okay, keep an eye on your butter while it's melting. You can go ahead and take your Oreos. I'm thinking about 15 to 20 Oreos. We're going to break these into 4 pieces for each cookie. And what we want to do is leave the cream in them. Yeah. Isn't that the best part of an Oreo? So I'm just going to break it in half and just kind of crumble it into 4 pieces. You want the big pieces because that'll be, really good when you scoop it out. So don't pulverize these into crumbs. You don't want that. Now I'm just using the regular Oreos. That's what he came home with. I don't even think I was keeping track of how many I did. We're going to say that was about 4, 5. Now my oven just beeped, which means it's preheated to the 350 degrees. And the butter has melted, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that out and then finish doing the cookies here. Y'all, honestly, I've lost track. I don't think it's going to matter, as long as you have enough for a single layer. There we go. That's what we're looking for. All right, so leave your oven heated up to 350 degrees. What we're going to do is place our broken up Oreos on top of the butter in a single layer. So you can judge at this point if you want more Oreos in here, which I'm going to break up some more, and then just put them where I need them. Y'all, this is a fun dessert. All right, I'm going to let this sit on the stovetop until we finish the batter. In a medium bowl, we're going to go ahead and place 1.5 cups of self-rising flour. Now, I've created my own. I'm having a hard time finding the brand that I like. So I'm using all-purpose flour, and I just turned it into self-rising flour by adding baking powder and salt. I'm going to scoot over here right here, and I'm going to show you how you can do that if you need that recipe. Just used a whisk to kind of aerate the flour. We're going to add 1 cup of white granulated sugar. That pretty much goes into any batter, doesn't it? We're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 3/4 cup of milk. Gonna mix this together until we get a batter. So you just want to combine. You don't want to overmix. Okay, let's bring over our baking dish that has the melted butter and Oreos in it. We're going to take our batter and we're going to spoon it all over the Oreos. Are y'all drooling yet? I know I am. And then just fill in where you can. Okay, now the next step in my recipe is to add brown sugar on top. I'm just going to sprinkle 1 cup of brown sugar across the batter. But it's a dessert. It's allowed to be sweet. All right, I went and got some hot water from the tap, and that's all you need. You don't need to boil the water at all, but you want to make sure it's hot. It'll help melt the sugar in here. I've got 1.5 cups, and we're going to pour it right over the brown sugar, over the whole dish. Okay, we're ready to place this in the oven. It's already heated up to 350 degrees. We're going to place this in there for 35 minutes. Okay, look at that Oreo cobbler. It is nice and set on the top. I've let it rest for about 5 minutes out of the oven. It's nice and golden brown. Told y'all, that hot water was not going to let this thing swim. It takes that brown sugar, takes it down to the bottom, and makes a delicious sauce inside of those Oreos. All right. Oh, look at that. Y'all to see that cobbler top right there. Okay, I have somebody in here who's going to give this a try. See if he likes what I did with his Oreos. We can't do this cobbler without some Bluebell vanilla ice cream. You have your spoon? There you go. He knows what happened to that bag of Oreos. Don't leave them in the bag the next time.
That's okay. You keep doing this, I'll be fine.
Do you think he did that on purpose? Probably. So what do you think? Y'all, that topping, the cobbler, oh my gosh. It is almost like a cake consistency.
Oh my God, that is so freaking... Give me that.
That's okay, I got this one here.
Yeah, no ice cream for you.
Oh, oops. All right, y'all, give me a thumbs up on this one. It's very delicious. Something about that brown sugar and water at the end just does something spectacular to it. Today is dessert day. I'm going to show you how to make banana cobbler. What are you going to do with those leftover bananas you have? Well, we're not making banana bread. Make something fun and delicious. This is going to have like a caramelized flavor to it and texture, almost like a banana Foster, but we're not going to be flaming anything in this kitchen. We're going to take 1 stick of butter, which is 1/2 cup. We're going to place it into a 9x13 baking dish. Now I have my oven preheated to 400 degrees. We're going to place this in the oven until the butter is nice and melted. You can have a little sizzle to it, but you don't want to get it browned. And then while that's happening, we'll start the next step. In a large mixing bowl, we're going to place 2 cups of all-purpose flour. That's 1. We're going to add in 1 cup of white granulated sugar. Now I'm using 1/2 cup, so I'm going to go in twice. We're going to add in 4 teaspoons of baking powder. This will help puff it up, give it some texture. One teaspoon of salt. One teaspoon of cinnamon. That goes good with bananas, doesn't it? We're going to add in 2 cups of cold milk. Then you want to whisk this all together. Okay, we've got that all combined. Okay, our butter has melted in our dish. Took it out of the oven, and we're going to pour our batter on top of the melted butter. Now just be careful, you don't want it to splatter you. Now you don't want to stir anything, so just let it sit on top of the melted butter while we start the next step. We're going to take 4 very ripe bananas. We're going to take the skins off. Now if you go from the back end of the banana and you peel it, it'll take a lot of the strings with it. There we go. That's just, that dark spot right there is just a sweeter part of the banana. We're just going to take a knife, you're just going to slice through the banana, make nice slices. We're going to take our bananas and we're going to lay them all over the batter. We're just going to cover the batter with the banana. There's going to be some magic happening with this dish. We're going to shake on 1 cup of chopped pecan pieces. You can even put walnuts in here if you want. We're going to make that delicious topping. We're going to put 1 block of cream cheese, 8 ounces, into a medium bowl. Now you want to make sure it's microwave safe because we are going to warm up the cream cheese a little bit. I've already brought it to room temperature. I'm just going to mash it up. This was about 20 seconds in the microwave. If you need another 5 seconds or so, you can put it back in there for that. You just want to make sure it's nice and creamy. We're going to crack 1 egg into it. I'm going to put it into a bowl, make sure I don't get any shells. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Make sure it's packed. And we're going to put in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm just going to estimate, there we go. And then I'm just going to take my spatula, blend this all together, break that egg up. Just kind of cream it together. Once you get it all combined, now it's still going to be a little lumpy because of the cream cheese, and that's totally fine. You just want to make sure that that egg and everything is mixed well in there. You need a large spoon. And then what we're going to do is dollop it all over our mixture in the baking dish on top of the bananas and the pecans. Now, just be careful, your dish may be still hot. Ooh, this is going to be good. This is going to melt all in there. This is like a magic cobbler. Where? Right here? All right, that's what my husband says. Right there.
That's good.
All right, make sure we got nothing left in the bowl. The oven is still heated at the 400 degrees. We're going to bake this for about 40 to 45 minutes until that cobbler is nice and set. There it is. We let it sit for a little bit so it can kind of pull itself together. I got the big spoon. Let's go in. Ooh, look at that. We're going to put some ice cream on that and we're going to give it a try. There we go. Let's go in for a bite. Mmm. That's delicious. Make sure you have your ice cream. Mmm. That crust just cooked all up around those bananas and nuts. And then that topping, woo, that's good. Are you having this for dessert day? You have some bananas left over and you need to use them. Make this right here. Really easy pantry ingredients. Give me a thumbs up on this one. Make sure you comment down below. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. All right. I'll see y'all in the next episode.